Hi, Maria, the amateur crafter here. I'm going to finish up, finish up the designs. And so cut out my logo that I've been working on and do my 2 test mugs today. Let's get started. So first I want to hop over to Design Space and show you how we ended up on the logos. So the template for the mug, which is the big rectangle parts that you can't see yet, these right here, that is, I got those from the Cricut mug design. I have that as a saved project, so I can actually just go to my projects and then scroll down to saved, and it's right here where I wanted quick access. So I just copied it from this design in a new window and then pasted it into my project. Let's go back to my mat. So this upper one is with Infusible ink and the bottom one is with the pens. I've all aligned them, I've attached them. Let me make sure I've attached them. I'm going to click make it and see. Just make sure everything's showing up on the right mats. And I decided to do 2 on each size. If I have the Maker 3, so that's why this screen is coming up for me. So I'm going to select on the mat. So I did not attach it. Oops, error. Let's fix that. I'm glad I checked. And I do have to mirror these designs as well. So last night I was making a shirt and I forgot to mirror. And somebody was with me and she had noticed it, so I didn't waste the materials, thankfully. But boy, was I scared. Actually, I'm just going to select all of that and then select attach. Okay, let's go to make it again and just check it out. On the mat again. Okay, so this one looks correct. And this one looks correct with those little baby hearts. Do you know what? I am going to make those little baby hearts a little bit bigger. Well, no, I have to piece them on, so they'll be fine close to where they are. I'm just going to cancel it, so we'll auto put them back where they go, and then select make it again. Okay. I think I'm actually ready to do this. On the mat, get everything mirrored. I'm mirroring all 3. Okay, let me just double back and check. Mirror, mirror, perfect. Okay, continue. And we're waiting for it to set base material. There it goes. This first one is just going to be laser copy paper because I'm doing the pens, so I'm going to select that. And then my maker needs 4. I mean more. It needs more pressure, so I'm going to select that. So right now it wants the black Infusible ink pen. So let me switch cameras. So here are my pens, and they were upside down. And I'm going to need the black. Whoops. I didn't mean for them all to come out. Oh well. The orange and the forest green. So those are the 3 that I'm going to need. I'm sorry if you can hear that. My dog is, he's old and he's having some health problems. And so if you can hear him, I'm really sorry about that. I can't tell on my microphone if you can hear him or not. Sorry, I'm going to put those away while I have them. Okay, so the black ink goes in first because that's what it's telling me in Cricut Design Space. that in. And take my mat off, get my paper on there. Okay, that should be ready. And load the fine point blade in. So in Design Space, I'm ready. Let's hop over to the Cricut machine. Okay, it says let's go. Loaded is black. I was going to change the pens so that they were actually the Infusible Ink pens, but I didn't. And I think sometimes that makes a difference in the drawing, but we'll just let this one be because it's kind of too late anyways. Let me see if I can modify the angle a little bit so you can see a little bit more down on top. Okay, so this pen looks like it's dried out. I'm not getting very much black on there at all, which is really disappointing. I have some scrap paper. The green pen is fine. Let me check the black, the orange. The orange looks okay. I wouldn't say great, but okay. I'm gonna put these upside down in here to hold them. So the black is finally warming up. So I will do the black again after it's at the end of the cycle. I'll do this one again. I'll show you how to do that. You just do it by pressing the red button. So now, the Cricut is telling me to load the black pen in clamp A again. And I know I did the colors right, so I just probably selected the pen colors wrong. So I'm gonna, yep, there we go. I'm gonna let that black go. Okay, let's switch back over to Cricut Design Space. So now you can see Cricut Design Space is prompting me for the green pen. So let's do that one. So let's switch that one. Here I am saying and doing it and not showing you. Usually, if I remember, I store the caps right on top so I don't lose them. There we go. Yeah, the green pen isn't writing now either, even though I tested it just a second ago. Let me just pause and make sure I seated it properly. Which I did. I just wanted to make sure I got it down all the way. I'll probably have to redo the green as well. Oh, now you can see it's getting warmed up. Just took a minute. That's frustrating. Maybe I'll do this one. No, well, I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna cancel the cut, and now that my pens are warmed up, well, I'll warm up the orange one. Let's pause this. Warm up the orange one. I'm just gonna take that as a win for the team. Just press play on that. Get the orange one going. Even though it's wrong, I know it's wrong. Just want to make sure orange is really good. Wait for another minute or two to get the orange bright. Okay. I'm going to pause that, and then I'm going to go ahead and cancel the cut. So Design Space is telling me to put something in. I think I have to press play and then I can press cancel. There we go. Do we want to cancel the cut? Yes, we do. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to move this down to 4.5 inches because it's 8.5 by 11. So I should have enough room to do it lower. And now my pens are warmed up enough. We should be better. Laser copy paper. You know what? While I'm here, let me change those pens to the right one. So cancel the cut. It's going to take me back to Design Space. Cancel one more time. So this is my one black pen. So I have my 2 pens. Oh, I should have 3. Okay, so that one's hidden. Let's look at this one. Okay, so that one's that group. So it's this top group that are my Infusible Ink pens. And 3. There's my 3 designs. They are 3 attached. Oh, 4, I forgot. I need to do that for both. Okay, and I'm gonna make these pen, which they are. And then this time we're gonna scroll down and select Infusible Ink Black. There it is. Okay, and now let's select, you know what, I think I'll just start at the top and go down because that might be easier. Scroll down a little bit. This is a little bit tedious. Scroll down and it pops back up to the top. Isn't that great? Now these ones will be Infusible Ink Orange or Tangerine, whatever color it was. Tangerine Infusible Ink. There we go. And this is our green, forest green. Okay. So down to Infusible Ink, forest green. There it is. Okay. Yeah, it changed them. They're a different color now, if you can tell. Now scroll down and then select all of these orange ones again. I know this is a little bit tedious. What I mean to say about why I'm changing these is I'm not sure if there's logic built in to the machine that it needs to do something different with the Infusible ink pens than it does with the regular pens. I know that with with a lot of what's happening on the machine, that logic is built in. So I want to give it the right pens so that it has a chance of doing it correctly. Just to be sure. Just in case there's a different pressure for the Infusible ink pens. Okay, so I wish there was a way for it to tell me what pens I used. So let's do a save on that and then go back to make it. On the mat for me. We've got to mirror all three before I forget. Excellent. And then on this one, we want to bring it down to the 4.5 range. Oh, it's 8.5 by 11 is the 8.5 is here. So I need to make sure it doesn't go further than that. I think it'll be just fine at 4 because we didn't make any cuts. And I'll still have 1/4 of an inch about on the sides or on the bottom of the plan there. Moved. Okay, laser copy paper. More for my Maker 3. Again, do test cuts so you know how yours works. Okay, so it's actually telling me to load the Infusible ink pen and telling me coming up it needs the forest green and the tangerine Infusible ink. So I think I got those correct because it's not asking me to put in a black pen twice. Good. Okay, let's get loaded. Sorry about that noise there. I was moving a chair out of my way. And it's ready, so let's go ahead and press play. I didn't put in the pen when it told me. Ah! Lucky me. Whew, that was a close one. Now you can really see the outline properly. That makes me happier. I just needed to warm up those pens a little more. That's even after I had them in the upside down position too. I'm not sure if this Infusible ink orange pen is going to work. You know what? Let me get out another color just to be safe. I'll do like a dusty rose. These are just samples anyways, so. But that purple one really should work better than it is. Sorry, that orange one, I said purple. I don't know why I said purple, yeah. So I should show you what I'm doing here. While that's cutting, I'm testing my pens right down here. And this orange one just is not going. I'm gonna ask Cricut for a refund on that, because this is the first time I've used that pen. Okay, so now the Cricut is asking me for Design Space. Oops, sorry about that. Design Space is asking for the forest green pen. So let's go ahead and get that and put it in. Don't lose the lid. Play. So fun watching how it does it magically. You know what? I wonder if I can make this pen go by giving it a little alcohol. I'm just gonna dip it right in my alcohol jar. See if I can get it a little bit clean. That is looking really nice. I really want the orange to work. I've got the Dusty Rose out, but orange is the color. It's actually the tangerine pen. Go ahead and try the other pens while we're here. That's good. That's good. That's not that good. That's okay. That one's not good. Slowly testing all my pens. Yeah, so I had 3 that didn't work. So note to self, test your pens before you start, even if you have stored them upside down, to make sure they haven't dried out. I probably am going to have to order these because I think I got them more than a year ago, and that's just not very nice. So let me get rid of the pins that are broken. Pins, not pins, so that I won't forget to use them. Okay, so, whoops, Cricut Design Space is looking for the tangerine pen, and we're doing Dusty Rose since my tangerine isn't working properly. And it looks like something happened to my camera too, so let me check that. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and press play while I try and figure out what's wrong with my camera. Well, that was weird. Sorry about that. And I'm taking out the pen. And let me get my infusible ink ready to cut. So I'm not sure if anybody ever tells you, but the easiest thing, you pull your design away from your mat is easier, and you likely won't get, so bend your mat and not your paper, and that keeps your paper from curling, especially on sticky mats. I'm just gonna leave that just like that for now and get my infusible ink. So here's the green and the orange. I like to open these from the bottom of the box so that the top color you don't mess that up. Okay. It does look not nearly as green as it does on the box. When you heat it up, the colors will get vibrant. But for this part, they say slow. All new boxes come with a silicone gel and then a piece of cloth to test with. And you're supposed to make sure to wash your hands before you use a fusible ink and try not to touch it as much. I still have to touch it, so that's just the way it's going to be. So there. So let me go ahead and get that into, oh. Monitor 2, I have infusible ink sheets right there. And again, mine takes more, so I'm going to do that. And you can watch for a minute while that goes, and I'll check my camera again. I don't know why it's sleeping. I probably didn't turn off the sleep mode on my camera. That makes sense. curses. I put the green on my mat, but the orange is what it cut. So I just wasted a little bit of green. It's fine. I'll deal with it. So darn it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch to the next mat. Luckily, I actually can use that same sheet because it doesn't cut in that area. So we'll be in, if it is, it's waste anyways. So I'll just keep my mat in the same place. Okay, it's ready to load. And ready to cut. Should ask for my play button here in a second. There we go. Press the flashing go. I was trying to say flashing. So let me get out the orange since that's what I missed. Okay, that one's going to take a little while to color. So let's move over to my messy desk now. And you're actually going to see, I'm going to fill in some of these marks that didn't get colored. It looks like I might have missed one pen line. There we go. I guess technically I could do this all by myself by hand. Actually, I could have left it how it was because it gives it a calligraphy look too. But I already started, so I guess I just better finish. It sounds like it might be getting done over there. Yeah, I wondered how well this was going to cut because of all of the tiny curly cues. And that looks interesting. We'll see how it goes. So let's take this off and then cut the little orange hearts. purple was easy to touch up. You know, if I had a sublimation printer, I have to say that because I've been talking about it forever, and my husband's like, just get one. And then I'm like, no, I don't need it. I don't have a place to put it. So this is the game that we play. And I don't want more products that I'm not going to use. Maybe if I actually did this a lot more as a business instead of a hobby, then I would do it. But yeah, because with a sublimation printer, I could have just printed out the entire design with sublimation ink and not have to do all of this touching up and this cutting and on and on and on. Okay, so let's go to monitor 2. We're going to cut the little orange hearts. Whoops, not done. Ah, darn it. I saw the done button and I went for it. Got a mirror on the mat. We're doing just the oranges. Mirror him and continue. Okay, there we go. Infusible ink transfer sheet. And more. Don't forget the more. And over to the Cricut. Unless you want me to color more. Unless you want to watch me color more. It's not going because I didn't press play. Look at me. Oh, I'm going to sneeze. Excuse me. That's it for those 2 little hearts. Now we get to go back to the messy desk. Excuse me. Sorry about this. So sorry. I had to blow my nose. Woo. Okay. Oops, I just drew all over me. You can use these markers all by themselves separately. Like just, I could draw a design on here on paper and then it would come off, or sublimate, I should say, onto whatever we were doing. So I could draw with them directly on paper if I wanted to, but I don't draw well. Maybe if I practice more. But I remember back in the 70s when I was, young. I was born in 77, so that was a long time ago, but I remember those plates that people would make for you, custom plates. I remember seeing them at my grandma's house when I was little. And it's just funny. But I think that was an early sublimation process. Relax. So my dog, again, I don't know if you can hear him, I hope you can't, but he's got this ugly cough that he's been on medicine for, and we just took him to the vet again yesterday because he is getting to the age where we have to start thinking about if euthanasia is more humane. And anyways, I'm not sure how much longer we have with him. It's just kind of sad. Sad to see your pets. They become so much of the family, and then they have to leave before anybody else, so it's sad. I overdrew that line there, but it's okay. Now finally the baby studios. Next time I think I might just leave it because it gives it an engraved look. I'll have to talk with the person though about that, if she wouldn't mind leaving it, because it's gonna make more, she's the client. It's up to her more than it is up to me. Okay. So let me turn on my mug press. Whoops. Let's finish this. See, that should have cut through here. Oh, excuse me. I've been sick. Sorry about that. Okay, let's go to, let's open up the Cricut Heat Guide. Cricut Heat Guide for the easy press settings. Oops, let me try again. I'm connected. What's going on here? Well, that was weird. Okay, so this is the heat transfer material. On this one is the Infusible Ink Pens. Oops, I'm not showing you what I should be showing you. So how I found the Cricut Heat Guide is I just did Cricut Heat Guide. And it's usually the first one or few that show up, and then select it. Okay, the heat transfer material is Infusible Ink. No, yes, Infusible Ink Pens. And I'm going to select the mug press because that's what I'm using today. Infusible ink pen or marker, and my base material is the ceramic blank mug. I'm going to apply that. Okay, so it says use 3 layers of butcher paper, laser copy paper with design facing mug and ceramic blank, heat resistant tape, lint roller, and the easy press mug. So the first thing I'm going to do, first things first, let me turn on my easy press. So, whoops. Sorry, I just have to move a camera. To my easy press mug, my heat guide. Whoa! Well, that's not going to work. It's a little bit precarious. Just press the button to turn it on, and then it will start heating up. When it turns green and beeps at me, then I know it'll be turned up. I didn't switch it to that camera. There you go. There's that camera. Let's see if I can get this a little bit prettier. Yeah, there you go. A little bit down. There we go. I don't know if you can see the orange light on there, but it's there. Okay, so let's get our mug ready. While that's going, here's the mug. First, because I'm weird, you don't have to, you just lint cloth it, but I'm gonna alcohol wipe it too, just to make sure it's clean. Doesn't have anything on it. I got this little alcohol dispenser and it's perfect for this job at the dollar store, General Family Dollar, with their fingernail supplies. Okay, so that's good. Get that in the trash. Now I need the lint roller just to make sure that there's nothing on there. From the 2 seconds that I wiped it off with the alcohol wipes. Okay, now I'm gonna get a piece of tape. I'm actually gonna put it on one end of this to make it a little bit easier. Wrap it around. Sort of center it and then give it a nice pull. Want it up just a touch. There we go. Okay, now I'm going to cheat with this, with the wrapping of the butcher paper. I'm just going to use a big hefty thing of cardstock and put it around like that. I did that before and it worked just fine, so I'm going to do it again. Okay, that mug's ready. Let's get the next infusible ink sheet ready that I cut. Okay, here it is. just going to cut the infusible ink off. And weed this essentially. Mine didn't cut well. I can tell right now. I mean, it cut just fine to get through the infusible ink, but it didn't cut as well as it could have, or I would have liked it to have. Okay, I just heard my mug press yell at me, so let's go over there and put this in it. I'm gonna put the lid, put this in there halfway. Oops. Now it's really hot, not the plastic and stuff, but the ink is hot. Okay, and then push it down. The lights turn on there, and then it will beep when it's done. So that'll take a few minutes. Let's see if we can make this one. Wow, the Mug Plus is even more boring than the machine to watch, so let's go back here. Yeah, it's supposed to, the Cricut is supposed to cut all the way through. I need to get on with Cricut support because my maker has always required more, and it shouldn't. It should be just fine. See, and then I don't get clean cuts when I'm doing, and this was such a tiny design, I wasn't sure if I would get this done well anyways, so it's going surprisingly well. And this design is just so small, it just might not be a good choice for infusible ink. Wow, that is tiny. Whoops, I missed these top letters. Okay, let me cut this off. get a weeding pick. Yeah, these swirlies just aren't behaving. They're misbehaving. So let me see if I can, there we go. I have to use my fingertips to get those off. Wow. Nope. Yes. Oh gosh. See if it's any easier the other way. So, infusible ink should be easier. You should just be able to crack it like this. Like, that's what you do. You crack it and then pull it up and it should work. And on my maker, my original maker, it just cut better. And I didn't have this many problems with the infusible ink for weeding. So I need to call Cricut and get mine fixed, period. There was a new update on Maker or on Cricut Design Space in the last week. Oops, it's done. Let's switch over. So maybe that'll make a difference. So it's really hot right now. I'm gonna open that up, move this out. Look what happened to my sheet. The ink went through, but it didn't stick in my machine. But next time, do you know what that tells me I need to do is fold this in half and do double layers, just to make sure it doesn't stain my mug press. Okay. So this is really hot right now, so I'm just gonna leave it there and let it cool down for a minute. And we can go back to weeding. I might give up on this weeding because, well, this is just a proof of concept anyways. I have to remind myself that to decide what way is going to be better. And so anyways, yeah, this is just a proof of concept anyways. So it's probably okay that it's being a little futzy. Futzy, a technical term. You know what I think I'm gonna do, because it shouldn't be this hard. Last time I did infusible ink, I had to do it twice. So let me just do that. I'm just gonna cut it again and just cut it 2 times. And let me show you how, 2 ways to cut it two times is you can, let me throw this away. Well, let me clean up first for a second. So there's 2 ways to cut 2 times, and you can stack the designs on each other within Design Space to get it to cut as many times as you need, or you just press the play button again. So I think I'm going to do a little of both because I want it to cut out twice on the paper. So let's get this ready. I'm going to move my extra paper away. This is where the two little hearts are. I think they're going to be fine for what we're doing with them. So tear your mat away from your paper. Close my alcohol jar. Get my Infusible Ink sheet ready again. Okay, so back in design space. That's not design space. I'm going to cancel. Am I going to cancel it? You know what? No, I am. And I'll do it this way. So cancel. What I'm going to do is I want the outside part of the mug to cut twice. So if I do what I'm doing and do the play button twice, then it will and we're going to line these center. There. And attach. Okay. I think I'm going to have to, there we go, attach those without the hearts. There we go. So now they stick together, the two. And let's just send that to the back. Oop. So we can get an idea of how they go. Okay. Make it, we're just going to do the green layer. I have to remember to mirror it. On the mat, continue. Green layer, mirror. Okay, so I'm going to have, the outside is going to cut twice, but the inside 4 times in total, because I'm going to press the play button on my Cricut Maker again before I unload it when it's done cutting the first time. So, but I'm going to cut twice on the outside for the plastic, so that'll automatically come through. So continue that. I remember I had problems with this last time I was doing this for Christmas time, for Christmas fabric, Christmas presents. I don't know why I said fabric, but that's what it was. So you're not gonna see, well, I can show you. So my Cricut is, cutting that green layer again. Okay, let's go back here, see if it's cool enough to touch. Yeah, almost. Cool enough to be able to pull this off. There we go. That looks pretty good. I think I like that. So let's look with the Infusible ink and see how different that looks. And throw away all of my paper. I'm leaving my mug press on for right now because it's because I want to do this other mug once I weed it, but we'll see how far I get. If you want, I can get a tripod. Okay. While that's going, I'm going to weed out my tiny hearts. Barely even see them in there. There you go. I'm going to weed those out. But they're going to be pretty easy to weed because that's all I should have to do. Done. Let's put my orange away. Start cleaning up this desk. Okay, and let's put the green away. And I have to unpack the mug as well, so I've got quite a few things to do here. And I have to unwrap another mug. That's the bubble wrap thing. Okay, got the mug. Sorry, kitty. Poor kitty is getting in my way. So my mug press is beeping at me, telling me that I haven't used it in a while. So I used it. Okay, so this is what I mean. I'm going to make it cut again. So instead of pressing the unload button that's flashing, I'm just going to press the play button again. And it's going to start to cut again how on the same place that it was before, exact same coordinates. This is really torn up there, so we're probably going to lose all of those swirlies. I really think this design, because it's so intricate, would look much better on using a sublimation printer. So I get the idea. For this project, there's not really a time limit, so I might do that, but I'm not sure. I really don't think I want to invest more. So, oh, sorry. Didn't mean to move my cart there. There you go. I'm going to go get some water. Be right back. Well, as you could see from the screenshots, that last Infusible ink thing just did not work. The details, the logo is just way too small and detailed to be able to be used on Infusible ink properly. But here's the mug. It worked out well with the Infusible ink pens. I just have to get a tangerine colored one. We'll see if we want to go like this or if I have to get a sublimation printer. If I do, shucks. Bye.